Let me tell you what happened one night. It was last winter, and I was on my way to my friend's house. I was driving on Highway 47. The air was freezing, and the fog was so thick I could barely see the road. It was around 9 at night, and I couldn't decide if I should keep driving or stop somewhere. After a while, I spotted an old roadside motel. Half of the sign was flickering, and the other half had missing letters. I thought staying there for one night would be safe enough. The moment I walked inside, there was a strange smell. A mix of detergent and dusty old furniture. An old man was sitting at the counter, looking bored. Without even looking at me properly, he slid a key towards me. He said, "Room 7. Across the courtyard." I walked outside. There was a dull light, and the whole place was completely silent. I couldn't hear a single sound. Not even another guest. I unlocked the room. It was small. 2 single beds, a cracked mirror, and a window with half-torn curtains. I threw my bag on the bed and moved the curtains slightly. Across the highway, there was another building. At first, it looked like an old warehouse. But in one of the windows, there was a faint yellow light. Only in that one window. I thought maybe someone lived there. But when the light flickered, it looked like someone was moving inside. I ignored it and tried to rest. Hours passed. Close to midnight, I heard footsteps outside. Slow. Walking on gravel. I thought another guest had arrived, but when I looked through the peephole, there was no one. Only fog. I went back to bed and started scrolling on my phone. Then I heard a soft tapping sound. Not from the door, from the window. I froze. The tapping came again. 3 times. I moved the curtain just a little and looked outside. That same building was still there. And in the lit window, a dark silhouette was standing. Perfectly still. Facing directly toward me. I zoomed in with my phone. The figure wasn't moving at all. But now I could see long hair, and a head tilted slightly to one side. Then my phone suddenly froze. The screen went black. When it turned back on, the camera app was open. And the lens was pointing straight at my face. My heart started pounding. I tried calling the reception. The line was completely dead. Curiosity pushed me further than fear. I put on my jacket and stepped outside. The air was colder than before. The highway was empty. And the light in the building across the road was gone. I went back to my room, locked every latch, and even pushed a chair in front of the door. Around 2 in the morning, I heard footsteps again. But this time, they were coming from inside the motel. From the room right next to mine. Room 8. I pressed my ear against the wall. I could hear a woman's voice. Whispering. Then a quiet laugh. The words weren't clear, but the tone was cold and unsettling. I didn't sleep the entire night. In the morning, I saw the manager standing outside room 8. I asked him who stayed there last night. He looked confused and said, "No one stays there. That room is under renovation." He even opened the door and showed me the inside. Broken furniture. Half-torn flooring. Completely empty. Then I looked across the highway again. Now that the fog was gone, I could see the building clearly. The roof was half collapsed. The windows were boarded up. There was no light. There couldn't have been any light. The manager looked at me and said, "That building burned down 10 years ago. A woman died in that fire. People say her spirit crosses the highway at night." At that moment, I knew I had to leave. I packed my bag and left that place immediately. A week later, I was scrolling through my phone gallery. And I found a picture I didn't remember taking. In the picture, I was asleep on the motel bed. And in the reflection of the window, someone was standing there.